And we're back. It's been a minute. We had a
Woo!
couple misses with both of us being sick randomly, alternating weeks. And then you were,
Yes.
uh, a staycation. Well, it's not technically a vacation, I suppose, but you were away.
Yeah.
You were away.
Workcation,
Workation.
maybe.
Yeah. Well, at least change of environment, which is always
Yeah.
good. So I kind of we were chatting just before we started here, and you shared with me a very interesting YouTube channel, Not Just Bikes. Give me a brief, fill us in a little bit on that, because that was an interesting channel.
Yeah.
Like, what is it all about bikes? Because I assumed it was about like road biking or mountain biking, but that's not the case.
So I'm me personally, I'm like a pretty big like systems nerd. I like it when I like thinking through a design of things. And like this is a channel which is all about like the places we inhabit, the way we like move through the ways we move through them, and like the systems that govern them. Not just bikes, is about like transit, about livable cities, about like urban infrastructure, that kind of stuff. And they did a really good series on something called Strong Towns, which is by an engineer from like a US traffic engineer, I believe it's called, or
Okay.
like retired traffic engineer, and literally analyzing like here's like urban infrastructure in North America. Why is it the way it is? Why is it not so good? How could we do better? And just structurally working through it. I love the series. Um,
Okay. Is that a
yeah.
series that's just on YouTube, or did they put that somewhere else? Or
Yeah. It's if you go to Not Just Bikes on YouTube, then
okay,
there should be a playlist on Strong Towns.
Strong Towns.
Yeah.
Found it. Okay, I'll put the link to that. Oh, and
And they
it's all just
do
clips, so it's not, like a 4 hour documentary. So
I
those of
I
us
feel like
worried
if
about time commitment.
I feel like if you watch the entire thing, you might actually spend like 4 hours. It's pretty binge worthy, so be careful.
Oh, there is a scroll bar. I stand corrected. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the playlist. I also very much enjoy the systems aspect
Mm.
of it. I find it very fascinating. I try to break everything down in systems, probably too much to a fault where systems ought not exist. I try to put systems, if that makes sense. But
One of my favorite things that they do there, I think there's like a tie-in between like Rust, the programming language, and like the way road design works and like street design works.
that's a
Um,
okay. Interesting
yeah,
comparison.
it's the idea of like if you want safety or you want to achieve like a particular outcome, then there's roughly two ways of doing things. One is you tell people like, well, just don't do the wrong thing. Please do the right thing. Like, on the street, don't go over the speed limit. And someone says like, okay. And then that's it. The other one is you design a space so that the behavior you want people to exhibit is what is encouraged to exhibit. So
Hmm.
if you don't want people to speed on the street, make the street very narrow or kind of curvy, or add like trees next to it so it feels like, oh, this is, a little scary. Change the road surface. And if you want people to go fast, then make the road like wide and few
Hmm.
obstacles and very straight. And through design, you can like achieve the outcomes you want anyway. And like they go super deep into like how you can design for the outcomes you want, how you can design for safety, that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
And yeah.
It reminds me of choice architecture, which was a concept that I learned about in Atomic Habits by James Clear. So it's like a personal productivity book
Mhm.
about habit building. But I
Yeah.
really liked his chapter about the choice architecture, which was his whole premise in the book is you want certain things to become your identity, and then there's no longer a question in your mind whether you do them or not, a particular behavior.
Yeah.
And one way to help you foster that is to deliberately design your environment to influence your choices, which is what you're talking about there. So if you want to read more, so I just got a new leather chair. I have the books that I'm reading sitting right there. So whenever I go to rest and sit down in my favorite chair, my phone's not there, my book's there. So that's just like a little nudge throughout the day,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of that. It's more effective.
Yeah.
I see. Now I want to sit back and think and spend a little bit of time like, how can I apply this to my parenting?
Mm.
you know?
Yeah. Oh, that's really fun. I remember like so I studied psychology in school or like in university. That's like my formal education. I did drop out, so um But like one of the things that we were like taught is like if you want your kid to like eat vegetables or like not eat candy all the time, don't give them candy as a reward so they don't associate like, oh, I've been
Mm.
good, I get candy. I'd like candy, please. But instead, like, here's a carrot. And someone's like, yay, okay, great. I've got a carrot now. That kind of stuff. I don't
That's helpful. Yeah, I definitely do that. I try not to use. I think I try not to use candy as a word board. It's more of a kind of like an after dinner treat. Let's see. Okay, so
yeah.
random pivot. So that's kind of the random thing of the day. Maybe we'll interject
Yes.
more of those into the streams because I just find them fascinating. So that was a good little 5-minute tangent. So what we have
Yes.
today in this session is we're going to work on encoding metadata for WebAssembly components using is it whack? I always forget.
OCI?
Yeah, what's the CLI tool called?
Oh,
Package?
Wackage.
Wackage.
Yes.
I always want to say package, but that's probably why it's part of it. Yeah, so Wackage. So we're going to work on that. Well, Yosh's, and I'll
Yes.
be kind of commentary. So if you want to dive into it, feel free.
Yeah.
So
Let
share up your
me.
screen, and then I can add it to the layout.
Yes. 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 Let's see if this is the right one. This is the right one. Allow. Okay. This is scary. I'm sharing my entire screen. Um, I
Risky.
know. I've closed everything but you and basically the what we need for the code. Are you
Oh, there it
seeing
is.
it?
Just
Yeah.
just showed up. Just refreshed. Yep.
Great. Great, 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 great. Okay. So the repo we're working on is this one, or going to be working on is this one, Wasm package tools, which has a crate inside of it called Wackage. And, it's basically like a little single file command. I think like in a previous stream, we worked on this already.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is an open issue to something about labels or metadata. I forget what it is. I don't remember which one it is, but there should be one where it's like, hey, we should like be able to document to add metadata. So right now, when we use WASM, so okay, so the flow is we take a .wasm file. I have one checked in here, or not checked in, but I have like one preloaded here. Then we want to encode this into OCI, and then we want to add annotations is what it's called, annotations to the OCI package, so that we can like show like render it in GitHub. Oh, by the way, I've got a fun thing now.
Okay.
I've
What
been
is
having
this?
like some yeah. So I've been having like some for years now, some like trouble with like my wrists. Where if I hyper focus for too long and I'm typing too much, at some point like my wrist starts to like hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I enable this thing called timeout that occasionally like gives me a little timer, which is like, hey, please stop typing now. And I'm like, yes, I will.
Time out. Is that a Mac only app or is it?
That's a Mac only one, yeah.
Okay.
But Linux also has a version of it that I used to use, but I don't remember what it's called.
I really liked Rise. It was a productivity session timer, and it would track all your stuff and give you analytic data. But for obvious reasons, it's tracking everything you do. It's not recommended on corporate computers. But
Yeah,
I
don't
really
do
like
that.
their session timer because it would do the similar thing. It would remind you for breaks, and then at the end of every deep work session, it would remind you to take a break. So we got a comment in the chat. Why don't you just get an Ergo keyboard, a split or something?
yeah. I mean, like a better keyboard would help, but software is cheaper. I should get a better keyboard.
It's tough though because I've gotten to this point too with the different things and the switching that I've done. Is I understand now better why people get really good with the thing and stick with the thing because sometimes it's not worth pivoting to relearn. So like the thing that's kept me away from the Kinesis keyboard is having to relearn typing. Like the ANSI layout, like I'm so good with, and I'm up to like 140, 145 words per minute in this layout, especially with the Happy Hacking keyboard, which is more minimal, so I have to travel less.
Yeah.
that productivity cost is just too much for me to accept right now. Granted, if my wrists were in a lot of pain, I'd probably reconsider if I needed to, but I just don't have the incentive, I guess.
Yeah. Also, to clarify, like my wrist, I'm not like in a lot of pain, but I have been in a lot of pain in the past, and I
Yes.
did the same thing then. And then I've been like good for the last couple of years, but now it's like slowly starting. So I'm like, okay, we're not gonna wait. We're just gonna do the thing that helped me last time, which is taking breaks.
Yeah.
Um,
It's harder than it seems, the taking breaks.
yes. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, and I guess yeah, back to this one step back. The Wackage
Mhm.
package essentially, or the Wackage
What? One more
Wackage
time.
package Wackage package.
Okay.
I'm in Go speak, so crate, and Rust speak. What it does is it lets us take the WebAssembly component and then create all the necessary, um, like config and image manifest and all the
Mhm.
metadata that we need to be able to put
Yeah.
it into an OCI compliant registry. So it
Yes.
handles all that for you, even the pushing and the pulling, I think.
Mhm.
And so what we're trying to do is improve that CLI so that way we can put annotations. And then here, what Yash has pulled up, you'll see them in here in the manifest, but then they'll also update things above like description and different things that are pulled into the website. But
Yes. So last time we were like working on this, we got it working somehow. So we made a little patch, but
mhm.
we changed like a lot of things, and we should probably like redo it. But here, we inserted labels, label image description, and that gives us this right here, and that populates this field right there. But for example, if we take a different, ooh, no, that's not that. That's also not the one. Hold on. This one, and then we click here, and this has nothing on it, and so no descriptions are provided. Um, and here are the fields that we can like populate, which is source, description, and licenses. And we should probably add standard stuff for all three. Um,
Yeah, yeah, at least those that display in the UI in the web
yes, exactly.
hotel.
There's another really fun thing that is possible, which is the like I don't know what you okay. So for this PR, we just want to add the mechanism to be able to set these annotations.
Mhm.
But there's this tool in called with BindGen that allows you to generate bindings from a with definition. However, one of the target formats is Markdown. So you're able to generate like render like the full, essentially like docs for your component.
Okay.
Or if you're yeah, we could probably like encode a tool that says like, oh, you know what? Say you're working with Rust or you're working with language, we can probably populate like a README as the description thing. Um, maybe as a follow. Sorry, I'm a little slow today. Maybe it's like a follow up here. But sorry, I was like thinking like, oh, maybe that's the thing we can do, like full like rich documentation for like the images that we make. Um,
Another while
nodding.
we're on tangent chain, another thing we could do after this is done is update it to. I think there's metadata in the component that has the author.
Oh yeah.
So we could just pre-populate that, detect it, have some kind of like detection logic to look at the component, see if author's there, and then automatically fill that annotation if it exists.
So right now there isn't any author data. Is this metadata or is it with parser? No, I think it's was it Wasm parser the one that we had or Wasm encoder?
I'm not sure.
Okay, metadata author no license also no. Huh. So this does not include that. There should be a standard way of doing that, right? I
I would
thought.
imagine so. With the component, does it have any metadata? Is there a metadata block supported in a component?
There, so components have custom sections, is what they're called.
Okay.
Custom page sizes, custom section reader. Ooh, known custom. There we go.
There. Name,
Name,
component
component
name,
name.
producers. So we could use producers as the author, right?
I think producers is like compilers.
Oh, okay. Producer in that sense, not who created it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Producer section. Yeah, field name, language.
Well, that's kind of a
Here.
nice to have because nobody like containers don't have that by default either. They rely on the annotations even inside the container image.
Right,
So
right, 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 right.
that's fine.
Okay. So there is no canonical author section, but we could definitely propose one. These are known custom sections that are part of the component like things. So if we're like, hey, there should be a canonical like author section, then
Hmm.
we could definitely just
We
propose that
could,
and
at a
put that.
minimum, take the component name and use it as the OCR artifact name automatically.
Component name, use as the OCI artifact name. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Well, tangent. Well, I get back to the
yeah.
part.
Okay.
Anyway,
Sure.
that's just
Okay.
all DevX improvements.
Yeah. We're like, okay, we're gonna like file a patch today, and then we're like, oh, here's 7 cool things we could do with the patch. And
Well,
it's like,
it's funny
yeah.
though because we get before the stream, we're like, oh, I don't like where were we? It's been it's been a little bit. We've missed a couple streams. Not sure where we're at. Not sure we have anything to talk about. And then as soon as you hit record, you're like, oh, here's 40 things.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Um, okay. I said I'd guide us through this and show how to do this. So for now, what we can do is cargo run bin whackage. This should be just the whackage command in our local repo that we're going to build and then attempt to run. We're compiling it, and then it's going to be like, oh, here's some help text. Please use the OCI subcommand. OCI help. Oh, we need to, there you go. And then we can do a pull and a push. So push a component to the OCI registry. So there will be push flags somewhere here. Get OCI commands. Oh yeah, there we go. OCI push args, and then implement push args.run is what does the old stuff. So we are generating config here. And what we then want to do is we want to give it a CLI flag that says something like, what are these things called? Annotations, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Annotations.
Maybe -a or -- annotation. And then,
Probably
yeah.
a hash map, like some kind of because it's key value pairs, right?
Oh,
That's what you
that
want
is
to
right.
accept as the field or
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, indeed. So common, no, OCI commands, push args right here. Pub annotations, hash map of string, and then -a is for author. Short equals big A. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what the normal one is. Let's see here.
Okay. So we need to import hash map. Ooh, it's quite unhappy about that. The method value parser cannot be implemented for hash map. So I think what we need to do is instead vec like that, perhaps. Oh, this is fun. We should look up clap list of key values. Here. Oh, there we go. Multiple occurrences true. Number of values 1. Defines. Let's try this. Multiple occurrences true. Defines vec string of I32. Oh, here, key value, example key value. Parse key by val. And we need to do something like this. Hi. Are you following? Is anything unclear? Anything you're like, ooh, what are you doing here?
No, this kind of makes sense. So that's probably that. It's not a comment, but that's defining how that flag is going to be interpreted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's making sense.
So this is a macro, an attribute that is part of this macro right here. And it's all like code expansion. And so what it does is it generates a parser for us. And what we're trying to say here is like, okay, we have annotation right here. What we want this to do is to use this parsing function to convert it from standard in, what you call it, strings, basically, because standard in is basically just like, our, just a long string sequence, and we need to convert it into something else. And so ideally there would be, what's the right one here? Oh, stood error is the one we actually wanted. Ideally, there would be a built-in way for doing this, but they haven't provided one. So it seems like what we need to do is instead provide our own, I guess. Number of values equals 1. Number of values equals 1. December 4th, 2021. All the examples have been ported over. Oh, so we need to use this. Hop derive, clap, examples. There's going to be a key value example here. Basically, this is just copying over. Would be cool if there was a key value example here. I don't think they have a key value anymore. Are you seeing it?
No, let's see. Multiple busy box. No demo. Cargo example.
Okay. Key value. Let's take a look. Example / type derive.
Parse a
Okay.
single key value pair.
Okay. That looks like the code we have. Okay, so let's copy this over and see if that's the same. I'm not even reading the code. I'm just like, okay. Okay, that was identical. A little bit different. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just add some send bounds.
Yeah.
Basically, and it. Okay. And then parse key value. Oh, parse key val. And what we say here is value parser equals this. Here. Oh, okay. So they changed it from parse to that instead. It's now string, and we need to make sure our braces match. And then I think like this. Ooh. Rihanna's in chat. Rihanna used to long time friend. Used to like
Welcome.
mod my like Twitch
Oh,
streams
sweet.
like
Sweet.
5 years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, that seems like it did the thing. Check it out. We now have -A for annotation right here. And we just get to set annotations. And we get to give it a little help text, which is OCI annotation or this. Then we can run it again. Ren's got noise or blue switches as well, like just like here.
I need to wear noise canceling headphones to distract myself while typing. Oh, that's great. I'm gonna put that up. I find it soothing. I find it somewhat soothing while you're typing. It's kind of like coffee shop music, the background.
Actually, does it come through like loudly?
Not crazy loud where it's overwhelming, but it's definitely noticeable.
Okay.
I can tell you're typing. Like if I'm typing, let me just pull up something. You might be able to hear it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just get a new tab here.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but definitely not as clacky. But I like it. I don't know if everybody else appreciates it as much as I do, but I appreciate it.
Yeah. That's the thing holding us back. My blue switches. I'm very sorry.
Oh, from virality? I don't think so. I think that's going to contribute eventually.
Yeah, it's funny. Like my partner's also in tech and like also has a mechanical keyboard and also has blue switches.
So is green like the only thing louder, or are they pretty equal? Is there anything louder than blues? That's my question.
I think blues are canonically the loudest.
Yeah.
Maybe they have like fancy like turquoise now or whatever like manufacturers like the original. Yeah,
it's getting wild. It's getting wild with all the variants. There's such a community out there for it of enthusiasts. I watched a live. This is how much of a nerd I am. I watched a live stream of this guy completely disassembling. So I have the HHKB. So just like completely taking this apart, like taking it. It was a 3-hour live stream, and so it's just like him taking apart the keyboard, like cleaning it all out, doing lube on the switches, switching it out. But the reason I was watching is because I'm going to get some. I was telling you at the beginning of the stream. I found that you can get MX sliders, so you can replace the center of the Topre switch with an MX stem, and so now I can have. I'll show everybody on the stream too, because I know everybody cares. But I've been wanting some retro keycaps, so I got this set.
Oh yeah.
So going back to the 2000s, 90s keyboard style, but that's my fun little side project. So I might have to drill into the base of the case though. So we'll see.
What? Wait. Why do you need to drill into the base of the case?
So right here, the 2U, right there.
Yeah.
There's 3 stems on an MX 2U, but there's only 1 on a Topre. So the 2 others, I either have to clip the stems off of the shift keys, or I have to drill holes so that they can go all the way down and bottom out.
Oh wow. How do you feel about that?
I feel okay about it.
Okay.
Yeah. A little nervous. I'd feel better if I had a drill press instead of a hand drill. But
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it's an excuse to buy some more tools. I don't know.
I feel like a drill press is like that's like a proper like workshop like tool.
It'll fit in the garage.
Yeah.
Maybe I get a little like desk one that just sits on my desk here. You never know
Mhm.
when you need to drill press something. It comes in
That's
quite
right.
handy. Yeah.
You're like writing code, and like all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, I really need this drill press.
Yeah. Maybe you're just mad and I'm gonna put some holes through the this mouse.
Okay. If I remember it right, this is the structure, the base structure. Oh. Oh. So client here takes on push, takes a final argument, annotations, which is an option of a hash map. And what we're doing here, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to say, okay, we're going to take these this vector of strings, of tuple of strings, and what we'll do is we'll convert it into a hash map of keys and values, but only if the vector has been populated, right? So if nobody's passed any annotations, then we have an empty vec and we'll return none. Otherwise, we'll create that hash map filled with keys and values. That way, we never send the JSON. So for people unfamiliar with OCI, going back here somewhere, here in the manifest, there can be an optional annotations key. And what we do is like if no annotations have been passed, then we never populate that field, basically. So we never send it. It's a little semantic thing. Oh, you're on mute.
I don't know how I did that. Maybe when I was hitting the keys, so I was picking up the keyboard. So the
Ah,
reason why we don't want to put it nil, because if we have an empty one, it'll create the attribute
yeah,
on the manifest.
yeah. It's not a big deal. I believe they're like treated as semantically equivalent for the most part, but it's a little tidy thing that we know
Yeah, it's a
about
little
it,
icky
so we
if there's
might
an
as well.
empty,
Yeah,
empty annotations.
indeed. And now I think I get to show you one of my favorite Rust things,
Okay.
which is how to convert a vector into a hash map in like a very easy way, which is we can like take the vector of annotation. So self annotation dot intuitor dot collect. And then here we get to say this is of type hash map. And please infer what the type is. And then return a sum map right after. And that should work. So what we do here is we take the vector, we iterate over it. So we convert it into an owning iterator. So we take the values out and then we call collect. That is this all powerful, like take an iterator and convert it back to a collection. As long as it knows what the collection is. So it's generic over the output collection. And we say, okay, well, the output collection is of type hash map, but it could be of type vec, or it could be of type like anything.
Okay.
It knows how to like convert a collection of tuples because we have an iterator of keys and values, which is a tuple, and automatically converts that into like a hash map of keys and values. And I believe this may even work. Yeah, no, it's happy. Which means we can convert this into a one-liner, which I think is kind of cool.
One-liners are always cool.
So inline variable right there. And now it's just this one little statement there, which is actually very nice.
So I guess that's a big difference between like Rust and Go, because with Rust, the type that was passed in, well, I guess it could be considered a string on the flag, but then I'd have to go through and assign, like do a range operation and say like this part is of the string is the key, this part is the value, and then put them into the map. And so that right there is just a helper to be able to just iterate through that.
So the conversion from the string happens in this function that we copy pasted.
Mm-hmm.
That says, "Hey, find the equal sign for like
Oh,
key
that's where the pointer
values."
came in. Okay.
Yeah, take the left side, take the right side, trim them, and then create a tuple of like two strings.
Okay, and then change that into a hash map. Okay.
Yeah, and this outputs a vec, and then here we do the conversion of vec to hash map. Vec of tuples to hash map of keys and values.
Got it.
Yeah. And so this means that this should actually, I'm very annoyed by this. Like, this should be lowercase a, well, in my opinion. Hold on.
I looked at other CLI tools for OCI, and typically when they support annotations, they don't have a short.
Oh, they don't?
Yeah, they just have the long.
Okay. Then let's just keep the long. Let's keep that lowercase a. And then people can now use dash dash annotation. We'll test this out in just a second. Yeah, there we go. Dash dash annotation, add OCI annotation to encode. Or what are those fields called? Or what are annotations? Is there a better description we can use here?
Oh, for the switch itself?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, or the flag. Let's see here.
Or like, I guess I was thinking the description. Oh, maybe encode an OCI annotation.
I think add's fine because you're adding it to the image manifest.
There. Add an OCI annotation to the image manifest.
There we go.
I like that.
And I'd say that like if you ever, I don't know if you can put examples in the comments there, but the example would be the description. Like that would be a good annotation
right.
to add as just a quick example.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think we support that here, but okay. Oh, getting a phone call, but I'm not gonna take that right now. I'll call them back. Okay, let's see if we can do this. So let's try and upload something. So
do you have your secrets stored in a variable already?
It should be able to pull up Docker login credentials now automatically.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. What's that thing called? Wait, where are we? Cargo run, bin, OCI, push. Oh my gosh, sorry. And then ghcr.io/myname/ Wazi file system. Oh, I should be taking a break. Hold on.
I love that it lets you finish it though. It doesn't prevent you. It just reminds you. It isn't like locking out.
It can. I used to do that. Yeah. And then it would like not start until you'd like gone hands off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And maybe I should do that because, yeah. 0 to
I love
0.
the general idea of using software to help you,
Mm-hmm.
you know, with behavior change like that, like to help you with technology, software that helps you with your software usage.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like we like need more of that, probably.
Yes, some safeguards.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it goes back to the conversation we're having at the beginning, you know, like design the software so that it encourages the behavior that you want versus like, oh yeah, you probably shouldn't use your computer for 12 hours a day without moving, you know?
Yes. Okay, I'm doing something wrong.
Invalid reference format.
That means we're making mistakes here. And they're not telling me what I'm doing wrong, just that we're doing it wrong.
Oh, is this what we ran into with
Mm-hmm.
the formatting of the
Yes.
image name, like
Yes.
last
Yes.
time?
Exactly.
Oh, we had an open issue for that, and we put the example.
Oh, did we? Okay.
Yeah,
Wait. Hold on. We just get to check the example then, right?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna close some tabs. Close. Wasm package tools. Issues.
It is the auth
Me.
error reference message right there. Oh,
This one?
no. It was actually submitted by me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, that's right.
One for me. I think it's the fourth one down. Improve error message reference format.
There we go. Cool. WASI push. Oh, did I flip the ordering of tools?
How's the OCI push?
So it is reference in that file. Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. Okay. So what I need to do is /WebAssembly WASI like this. I think it is.
What if you couldn't make those positions optional? Because we've done that every single time where we flip the ordering of the reference in the file. And so I don't know if the crate allows you to do that.
Actually,
so just like take a look at. Well, you're using the parameter name or the flag name, so it should be able to move.
What does ORAS do? Does ORAS do it the other way around?
I think they just take the flag. They don't use position.
No, they do take the. They do.
Okay,
No. Check
there's the
that.
example. So are they doing the same thing? It looks like.
Yeah. This is annoying.
So we're just doing it wrong.
I think ORAS should have like flipped the ordering. So when you do, for example, the CP command, you like the first argument is from, the second one is to, right? So with this, logically, we're thinking we want to take this WebAssembly file and push it to the registry.
Right.
But what they're saying is like, to the registry, you push this WebAssembly file.
Inversed. Okay.
Yep.
Oh well.
Anyway, we like better diagnostics would like help here, where it's just like, hey, we were expecting this format, you provided this format, here's what you did wrong. We can probably file a patch for that. But okay, we in the spirit of, okay, we're gonna start skipping breaks. We have 5 minutes left. Let's see what happened here. WASI sockets. When was this pushed? 24 days. No, this was file system. Packages. WASI file system pushed 1 minute ago. 020. No annotations. But if we say this, annotation,
You probably have to put those in double quotes.
the WASI file system spec. Then now it should do that, I hope. Reload. Ooh, does not exist. Okay, great. Try a different one. Ta-da!
Winning.
Hey.
I really need to get a streaming soundboard so I can do confetti emojis and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. This seems like a pretty self-contained patch that we can just file.
That was a lot simpler than I was imagining it would be, because I didn't think that the push command that they're using would just let you take the annotations optionally. So that made it a lot easier. We didn't have to create a bunch of shenanigans.
Yeah, it seems like it was just encoded to like none, but that's fine. Um, I think
Sweet.
we can make one more change here before we like actually hit the like submit the patch. They are using anyhow here. They had music on.
My son's playing piano upstairs. Can you
Ah,
hear it?
yeah. No, it sounds
Okay.
good.
Oh, good, good. He's started to play theme songs. That's his new thing,
Mm-hmm.
and he loves playing the Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle theme song, and then the Mandalorian intro, which is super
Ooh.
cool. Yeah.
Actually, we can just do like it sounded kind of like game music, and I was like, oh, that's kind of nice. I wonder what you're like,
It's been really cool. He's been playing, like, making up his own tunes
Mm-hmm.
lately, and one of them was
Ooh.
like a really cool, um, like soothing piano bit. Like classical piano type music. Oh, he's playing it right now.
Nice. That's really impressive.
Must be modifying it. It's like dun 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 dun. When I was on my paternity leave, I started playing piano too. I got like halfway through Time
Mm-hmm.
from in the movie Inception, but that's died since I've gone back to work. I haven't played anything, unfortunately.
Do you play any other instruments?
No, that was kind of my attempt to self teach myself or pick some up. I've always wanted to learn guitar. My father was really good with guitar. My favorite story to tell with him is he was recording in Florida, and
Mm-hmm.
Creed's guitarist couldn't make it, and so he got to sub in for one of their practice sessions.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he didn't like it. Didn't Nothing came of it for him. He doesn't do that anymore. But when I was younger, he was in a band and touring and stuff.
Oh
It was
wow.
really good. And I have like so many memories just sitting there listening and play and practice when I'd spend time at his house. But so I've always wanted to learn guitar, always kind of wanted to know piano, but never put the time into it. But I hear if you really want to be a solid software engineer, you have to learn guitar. Like that's kind of a requirement.
I can't tell if you're joking or if you're like
I
saying that seriously.
that's my sense of humor. It's kind of just as fair because a lot of the people that I've respected in software engineering or programming in general, there's always a guitar hanging on the wall behind them. Now I don't know if that's just staged. I assume they know how to play it, but it
Hmm.
seems to be a common trait that people that are like really good have. That they usually pick up music. Like I can probably name 5 people by name that I know are love to play guitar and are really good at coding.
I feel like maybe the comments right there is like people who are like really good at programming. They don't only program; they also like do
Do
have
other stuff.
other
Yep.
interests. Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
They blend
Okay.
a lot, I bet. Yeah. Yeah. I've been horrible about that. I've been pretty one dimensional. So I've been making an effort in my 30s to correct it.
Okay. 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 Hold on. We're like 1 minute remaining, pretty much.
I'll just keep with Josh's backstory and personal backstory while you submit your PR.
Yes. 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 Ooh. Can I put this on a different thing? Okay. Hold on. Okay. I have like a certificate or like a I annotate all of my Git contributions, which is what that was.
Mhm. The
So we'll be like
GPG key.
exactly. Okay. Now we get submit the patch, compare pull request. Let's add support for annotations to webpage OCI. Push new dash dash version flag. repeat it a couple times. Questions. Okay, I think that should do it. Or can we like?
Yeah, an example probably is a good idea.
Yeah. For example, here, here, here. We should probably do the entire thing. And then should be like that. It should be like that. It should be like here. I want to do a little multi-line comment thingy.
That's
I think
more
that was
readable.
like looks a little bit better. Yeah. That's missing a slash there. For example, this can be to OCI a spec to the there. Okay. Okay, I think this patch is good. We can hit create pull request. Sorry, I went like quiet because it was like, where gets the clock? Like, let me finish this up.
All good, all good.
Okay, 29 lines to add a little feature, which I think is good. Most of it is the actual parser here that we copy pasted. One little flag in the CLI struct, and then basically nothing to convert a vec into a hash map and add it. Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. Well, patch is up. We did the thing.
We did the thing.
Hopefully it gets accepted now.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And we can review that on Friday. So we'll be back Friday.
Yes.
I don't know what we'll dive into. We'll figure it out in the middle of the week, and it'll be part of the title for everybody that's tuning in. So
yes,
we'll go with that. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. We got to jump to another meeting, but always a pleasure. Good to be back on the live streams, Josh.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Looking forward to Friday.
Yep. Friday, here we come. All right. See you, everybody.